Good morning. Officially, good morning. I want to introduce an idea to all of you this morning called the Charter for Belonging. 75 years ago, amidst the ruins of the Second World War, the nations of the world came together to enshrine a new set of human values. It became the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. What inspires me about Eleanor Roosevelt and her colleagues is that they had the foresight and the boldness to articulate humanity's highest hopes. They were presenting a vision of the possible in order to inspire action for peace and justice and equality. The Universal Declaration had real impact. It gave political momentum and legal legitimacy to the movements that brought down oppressive colonial regimes. It shaped the architecture of post-war constitutions. It drove the end of apartheid in South Africa and the fall of totalitarian states in Eastern Europe. It has inspired and enabled scores of watchdogs and whistleblowers, raising awareness of untold abuses and preventing untold others from happening in the first place. Yet today, in an age of so much social isolation, environmental degradation, and economic alienation, we need to again envision what it is that we want. We need to again imagine our highest aspirations. We need to contemplate what's possible. One of the vehicles toward enshrining the right to belong is, I believe, a statement of principles, a charter for belonging. To be clear, I am not proposing rewriting the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Many of the ideas in that extraordinary document are essential principles for building belonging. That said, I really would like to see the Universal Declaration implemented around the world. A charter doesn't need to be universal or comprehensive or a legal document. In fact, I imagine that it should be a specific, tailored, practical roadmap to doing the work. It should be participatory. It should be locally and personally relevant. It should reflect our collective wisdom, diverse perspectives on what's effective when it comes to building belonging. The practical focus of the Charter for Belonging could be a sweeping compendium of ideas and practices and approaches for what individuals and institutions can do in order to contribute to the movement. Here are some examples. For an elementary school student, building belonging could mean stepping in and standing in solidarity when another child is being bullied. For a school principal, building belonging could mean hosting a dignity day, an opportunity for students and staff to stop to recognize each other and hold discussions on how to live with more harmony. For a local school board, it could mean adopting an official policy on belonging that requires budgetary and planning decisions to promote inclusion. For example, guaranteeing finance commitments to special needs programming or bilingual education. For a teenager, it can be as simple as getting off the computer and inviting friends over for some face-to-face real talk about getting through a struggle. For a community organization that serves older people, it could be a commitment to creating spaces where people of all ages, regardless of status or condition, can meet as friends and support each other in a spirit of reciprocity. For someone serving as an NGO relief worker in a refugee camp, it can be a firm commitment to treat refugees as equals, because they are, respecting and recognizing the essential humanity of the people passing through on their way to safe harbor. For someone living in a community where there's anger and division over politics, it could mean hosting a party or a dinner to bring together people with different opinions to build personal rapport. For a church, synagogue, or mosque, it could be in hosting an interfaith festival to unite people across differences to talk about common values, shared spiritual insights, and opportunities for collaboration to bring more positivity to a community and to the world. For someone living in a town where there's low civic participation, it could mean working to create a community budgeting process to get people vested with power to make real decisions. For a city planner or a municipal official, it could mean working with a community group or local NGO to host listening sessions and crowdsource ideas for the restoration of a city park or community center. For an indigenous nation, it can be the work of making traditional cultural knowledge accessible to community members. For a social entrepreneur working to establish a school in a low-income area, it could mean working to consciously avoid and eliminate the psychology of saviors and victims, regarding all the children and parents as respected and empowered agents of change. For people living in a community with little green space or limited connection to nature, it can be in coming together to form a community garden or to remediate a polluted plot of land to create a space for play and contemplation. For a local grocery store, it could mean giving employees, including accountants, clerks, cleaning staff, and produce specialists, a voice and a vote in company decisions, and investing in employees' learning and skills development so they can make such decisions as well. For a major technology company, it could mean prioritizing innovations that boast face-to-face connection and support real human dignity over mere economic efficiency. For a cultural institution like a symphony or theater company, it could be in launching an egalitarian and open creative organization to empower all kinds of people from the neighboring communities to participate in creating something beautiful. For the president or prime minister of a country, it could be in championing the causes of social connectedness, to launch an interdisciplinary commission to address isolation in the sense of disconnection from people, place, power, and purpose. For the United Nations, it could mean an expansion of the existing mandate of supporting peace, security, prosperity, and cultural heritage toward the broader mandate of enabling a universal sense of human connectedness, purpose, and power. Each one of these examples and countless others will only work in the presence of co-learning and co-creation. While most charters are closed statements written by experts, signed by high-level influencers, officials, or organization leaders, the Charter for Belonging should be something rather different. An open repository of ideas signed by anyone and everyone. The public commons of principles and practices of what we value with respect to human connectedness. It's a statement of possibilities. It's a way to help manifest the movement. In the years ahead, I want to do what's in my power to make this vision real. And today, I invite you to join me, to join all of us in thinking about the principles and practices we want to enshrine in the movement for building belonging. I'm going to bring Erin back on stage next, who is going to lead us in an exercise to imagine what we might include in a Charter for Belonging. Thank you.
Thanks, Kim.